Welcome to the WD168. God gives us 168 hours every week to live, love, and enjoy. This is our take on this 168 from the Western Diocese. Christos Hariavi Merelots is not only an Easter Sunday greeting, but we use it for 40 days that follow. And actually, it's the standard by which we should live the rest of the year. Keeping the resurrection fresh in everyone's mind is one of the main responsibilities of Christ's Holy Church, and certainly the directive for our Armenian Church. Taking the message of hope to the most innocent and tender members of our community, our Primate Archbishop Hovnan, along with diocesan clergy, visited the neonatal intensive care unit and maternity wards of the Glendale Memorial Hospital, while taking the Easter message to the hospital's physicians, nurses, and staff. The prayers of hope and new life were most welcomed by parents as they stood in vigil with their children. The church continues pronouncing the message, whether the church is in a sanctuary, in a hospital, or even as a community without walls. The St. Peter Armenian Church in Glendale, led by Reverend Father Yeria Isayan, celebrated the Holy Easter Badarak, commemorating the resurrection as they mark 21 years of active and unique service in the Glendale area surrounding the cluster of GUSD schools. The church served as a meeting place for young and old, but especially the young people who found a safe haven after schools, through mentorship programs and fellowship during some very sketchy times in the city. The story of the church and the youth ministry at Harvard have been documented at eapostle.net and will be published shortly. We always advocate starting your week off with church services, but did you know that there is a special program called KIRAKE, Sum of Sunday, that jumpstarts your week with a hymn, a prayer, scriptural passage, and a message. Hosted by the young acolyte Emin Matevosyan, a new episode of KIRAKE is available every Sunday evening at 5 p.m. That's Pacific time on eapostle.net. Now, one of the most successful programs is the Christian Youth Mission to Armenia, CYMA. This is an opportunity for young people to get involved directly, hands-on, in Armenia. It's a 3-week trip to Armenia that involves service projects with youth of Artsakh and Armenia, internships, and of course, time to explore Armenia. The focus will be on projects like Rehabilitation City for Heroes, Merhuis, and skill-based initiatives in Artsakh youth, including computer skills, English, psychology, and more. Time is coming up quickly, so don't delay, or you can be left out of this life-changing opportunity. Drop a note to cyma@gmail.com. That's CYMA Gmail for more information to secure a spot for CYMA 2024. The annual Diocesan Assembly is coming up in a few weeks. It takes place in Scottsdale, Arizona at the St. Apgar Armenian Church. As reported last week, one of the diocese's newest programs will be publicly unveiled by Dr. Hiraç Çilingiryan by special invitation of our primate. Dr. Çilingiryan is well known throughout the international community and especially here in the Western Diocese. He is a sociologist and a leading scholar of the Armenian diaspora and contemporary Armenian Christianity. Since 2012, he is in the Faculty of Asian and Middle Eastern Studies at the University of Oxford. Dr. Çilingiryan is the director of the Armenian Diaspora Survey, a pioneering large-scale, multi-country research project funded by the Gulbenkian Foundation. Dr. Çilingiryan's been active in the Armenian Church and various diasporan communities for over 3 decades and has served in many leadership positions, including being the Dean of St. Nerses Seminary in New York and as an advisor to scores of primates, high-ranking church leaders. He has written, published, and lectured extensively on sociological and theological issues in the Armenian Church and was co-founder of Window View of the Armenian Church, a quarterly magazine dealing with contemporary issues in the Armenian Church and diaspora. Stay tuned for more details of this new program. April 24th is coming up, and all of our churches and communities have events and commemorations. Don't forget to check with your local parish or on our social media pages for the latest activities. Finally, on a personal note, last Monday I had an opportunity to view the total eclipse of the sun from Uvalde, Texas. These happen about every 18 months or so. What made this one so unusual was that it was visible on the North American continent. Seeing that our world is 3/4 water, most of these eclipses don't get noticed by people on dry land. Now, I mentioned this event and that I was headed out to witness it on my daily show, and I was asked by someone if the eclipse is mentioned in the Bible. Now, if you've been a priest long enough, you know where this is leading, as somehow this being a precursor to the end times. Now listen up. Eclipses are alluded to by way of darkness and darkening skies in the Bible, but they happen regularly. And by the way, so do earthquakes. MRIs, X-rays are not mentioned in the Bible, but you use them to diagnose various illnesses. Jets aren't mentioned in the Bible, but they sure help get us around, don't they? The takeaway from the eclipse was that here is an astronomical event that takes place on cosmic timetable. The alignment and movement of the heavens are so precise that centuries ago, astronomers were able to chart the path of the sun and moon with precision and pinpoint accuracy of the place and time of the event. Now that points to the perfection of creation. Instead of looking for end-time signs in the beauty that God has given us, let's stand in awe of the perfection of timing, and let's start looking at ourselves, people, humans, as the reason for imperfections, such as war, famines, disease, that are part of our suffering. And let's accept the responsibility to work towards bringing peace and harmony here on this planet entrusted to us. You want a Bible passage? Then try this. The sun, when it appears, proclaims as it rises what a marvelous instrument it is. Great is the Lord who made it. At his orders, it hurries on its course. Give yourself a chance to look around and stand in awe at the wonders that abound. That does it for the WD168. Remember to connect with us on social media pages and at epostle.net. We'll see you again next week when we'll take a look at that 168 from the Western Diocese.